Hello, I'm Vincent from Free English Lessons. In this video, you are going to learn verb tenses. There are three major types of tenses. 1. Present tense. 2. Future tense. 3. Past tense. Each type of tense is divided into four other parts. 1. Present tense is divided into simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. 2. Future tense, simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. 3. Past tense, simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. 1. Present tenses. A. Simple present tense, first person singular, affirmative, I think. Interrogative, do I think? Negative, I do not think. First person plural, we eat. Do we feel? We don't feel. Second person singular, you run. Do you run? You don't run. Second person plural, you sing, do you sing? You don't sing. Third person singular. He, she, it. In the third person singular the verb always ends in s. Example, he drinks. Negative and question forms use does, equals the third person of the auxiliary, do, plus the infinitive of the verb. Examples, he drinks. Does he drink? He does not drink. Verbs ending in y, the third person changes the y to ies, examples, fly, flies. Cry, cries. Exception if there's a vowel before the y, examples, play, plays, pray, praise. Add es to verbs ending in s, x, sh, ch, examples, it passes. He catches. She fixes. He pushes. Third person singular with s or es. She goes to school every morning. He understands English. It mixes the sand and the water. She tries very hard. He enjoys playing the piano. Third person plural. Examples, they give, do they give? They don't give. The simple present is used to express habits, general truths, repeated actions or unchanging situations, emotions and wishes. Examples, I smoke, habit, I work in Nairobi, unchanging situation. Nairobi is a large city, general truth. To give instructions or directions, example, you walk for 500 meters, then you turn right. To express fixed arrangements, present or future, example, your exam starts at 8 o'clock. To express future time, after some conjunctions, after, when, before, as soon as, until, example, he'll give it to you come next Monday. Be careful, the simple present is not used to express actions happening now. Examples. For habits, she drinks tea at breakfast. He only eats fish. They watch TV regularly. For repeated actions or events, we catch the bus every evening. For general truths, water freezes at 0 degrees. The earth revolves around the sun. His mother is Kenyan. For instructions or directions, open the packet and pour the contents into hot water. You take the number 8 bus to Nairobi and then the number 10 to Central. For fixed arrangements, her mother arrives tomorrow. Your holiday starts on the March 26th. With future constructions, he'll see you before he leaves. They'll give it to her when she arrives. B. Present continuous or present progressive. The present continuous of any verb is composed of two parts, the present tense of the verb to be plus the present participle of the main verb. The form of the present participle is, base plus ing, examples, talking, playing, moving. Affirmative, she is walking, I am running, you are running, we are running, they are running. Negative, she is not, isn't, walking, I am not running, you are not running, we aren't running, they aren't running. Interrogative, is she walking? Am I running? Are you running? Are we running? Are they running? As with all tenses in English, the speaker's attitude is as important as the time of the action or event. When someone uses the present continuous, they are thinking about something that is unfinished or incomplete. The present continuous is used to describe an action that's going on at this moment. Examples: they are using the internet. You are studying English grammar. To describe an action that's going on during this period or time or a trend. Examples: are you still working for the same company? More and more people are becoming vegetarian. To describe an action or event in the future, which has already been planned or prepared. Examples: we are going on holiday tomorrow. I am meeting my friend tonight. Are they visiting you next summer? To describe a temporary event or situation. Examples: he usually plays the drums, but he's playing bass guitar tonight. The weather forecast was good, but it's raining at the moment. With always, forever, constantly, to describe and emphasize a continuing series of repeated actions. Examples: Charles and Christine are always arguing. You're forever complaining about your father-in-law, be careful. Some verbs are not used in the continuous form. The verbs in the list below are normally used in the simple form, because they refer to states rather than actions or processes. List of common verbs normally used in simple form. Senses/perception: feel, hear, see, smell, taste. Opinion: assume, believe, consider, doubt, feel, equals think, find, equals consider, suppose, think. Mental states: forget, imagine, know, mean, notice, recognize, remember, understand. Emotions/desires: envy, fear, dislike, hate, hope, like, love, mind, prefer, regret, want, wish. Measurement: contain, cost, hold, measure, weigh. Others: look, equals resemble, seem, be, in most cases, have, when it means to possess. NB, perception verbs: see, hear, feel, taste, smell, are often used with can. Example: I can see. These verbs may be used in the continuous form but with a different meaning. Compare: this coat feels nice and warm, your perception of the coat's quality. Sammy's feeling much better now, his health is improving. He has 3 dogs and a cat, possession. She's having supper, she's eating. I can see Ronly in the garden, perception. I'm seeing Steve later, we're planning to meet. Examples: I wish I was in Nairobi now. He wants to see him now. I don't understand why she's shouting. I feel we are making a mistake. This cup holds half a liter. C. Present perfect tense. The present perfect of any verb is composed of 2 elements: the appropriate form of the auxiliary verb to have, present tense, plus the past participle of the main verb. The past participle of a regular verb is base plus ed. Examples: played, arrived, loved. Affirmative: she, subject, has, to have, loved, past participle. I have loved, you have loved, we have loved, they have loved. Negative: she hasn't, to have not, loved. I haven't loved. You haven't loved. We haven't loved, they haven't loved. Interrogative: has she loved? Have I loved? Have you loved? Have we loved? Have they loved? Interrogative negative: hasn't she loved? Haven't I loved? Haven't you loved? Haven't we loved? Haven't they loved? The present perfect is used to indicate a link between the present and the past. The time of the action is before now but not specified, and we're often more interested in the result than in action itself. The present perfect is used to describe an action or situation that started in the past and continues in the present. Example: I have lived in Moscow since 1984, equals and I still do. An action performed during a period that has not yet finished. Example: he has been to the cinema twice this week, equals and the week isn't over yet. A repeated action in an unspecified period between the past and now. Example: we have visited Zambia several times. An action that was completed in the very recent past, expressed by just. Example: I have just finished my work. An action when the time is not important. Example: he has read An Enemy of the People. The result of his reading is important. NB, When we want to give or ask details about when, where, who, we use the simple past. Example, he read the river between last week. Examples, 1. Action started in the past and continuing in the present. You haven't lived here for years. He has worked in the bank for 5 years. Have you played the piano since you were a child? 2. When the time period referred to has not finished. I've worked hard this month. It has rained a lot this month. We haven't seen her today. 3. Actions repeated in an unspecified period between the present and now. They have seen that film 4 times. It has happened several times already. She has visited them frequently. We have eaten at that restaurant many times. 4. Actions completed in the very recent past, plus just. Have you just finished work? I've just eaten. We have just seen her. Has he just left? V. When the precise time of the action is not important or not known. Someone has eaten my food. Have you seen Storm Over Paradise? She's studied Japanese, French and English. D. Present perfect plus ever, never, already, yet. The adverbs ever and never express the idea of an unidentified time before now. Example, have you ever visited Berlin? Ever is used, 1, in questions. Examples, have you ever been to Uganda? Has she ever met the president? 2, in negative questions. Examples, haven't they ever been to Africa? Haven't you ever eaten African food? 3, in negative statements using the pattern nothing. Ever, nobody. Ever. Examples, nobody has ever said that to me before. Nothing like this has ever happened to me. Ever is also used with the first time. It's the first time that I've ever eaten pizza. This is the first time I've ever been to France. Never means at no time before now, and is the same as not. Ever. I've never visited Tokyo. Be careful. You must not use never and not together. Wrong, I haven't never been to Madagascar. Right, I have never been to Madagascar. Position, ever and never are always placed before the main verb, past participle. Already and yet. Already refers to an action that has happened at an unspecified time before now. It suggests that there's no need for repetition. Examples, I've already drunk 3 coffees this morning. Equals and you're offering me another one. Don't write to Moses, I've already done it. It's also used in questions, have you already written to Moses? Has she finished her homework already? Already can be placed before the main verb, past participle, or at the end of the sentence. I've already been to Berlin. I've been to Berlin already. Yet is used in negative statements and questions, to mean not in the period of time between before now and now, not up to and including the present. Examples, have you met Joyce yet? I haven't visited the Tate Gallery yet. Has she arrived yet? They haven't eaten yet. Yet is usually placed at the end of the sentence. E. Present perfect or simple past, how to choose between the present perfect and simple past tenses. Always use the present perfect when the time is not important or not specified. Always use the simple past when details about the time or place are specified or asked for. Compare, I've lived in Mombasa, present perfect. I lived in Mombasa in 1989, simple past. They have eaten African food. They ate African food last night. Have you seen Storm Over Paradise? Where did you see Storm Over Paradise? I've been to Eritrea. When did you go to Eritrea? There's also a difference of attitude that's often more important than the time factor. What did you do at school today? Is a question about activities and considers the school day as finished. What have you done at school today? Is a question about results, show me, and regards the time of speaking as a continuation of the school day. F. Present perfect plus for and since. Using the present perfect, we can define a period of time before now by considering its duration, with for plus a period of time, or by considering its starting point, with since plus a point in time. For plus a period of time. For 3 years, for a week, for a month, 4 hours, for 4 hours. I've worked here for 10 years. Since plus a point in time. Since this morning, since last week, since yesterday, since I was a child, since Wednesday, since 8 o'clock. I've worked here since 1995. Present perfect with for. She has lived here for 30 years. We've taught at this school for a long time. Maureen has been married for 9 months. They have been at the hotel for a week. Present perfect with since. She has lived here since 1996. We've taught at this school since 1995. Alice has been married since June 2nd. They have been at the hotel since last Thursday. NB, for and since can both be used with the past perfect. Since can only be used with perfect tenses, for can also be used with the simple past. G, present perfect continuous. It's made up of 2 elements, the present perfect of the verb to be, have, has been, and the present participle of the main verb, base plus ing. Affirmative, she has been cooking, I have been cooking, you have been cooking, we have been cooking, they have been cooking. Negative, she hasn't been cooking, I haven't been cooking, you haven't been cooking, we haven't been cooking, they haven't been cooking. Interrogative, has she been cooking? Have I been cooking? Have you been cooking? Have we been cooking? Have they been cooking? Present perfect continuous refers to an unspecified time between before now and now. The speaker is thinking about something that started but perhaps did not finish in that period of time. She is interested in the process as well as the result, and this process may still be going on or may have just finished. Examples. 1. Actions that started in the past and continue in the present. He has been waiting for you all day, equals and she's still waiting now. We've been working on this report since 8 o'clock this morning, equals and I still haven't finished it. They have been traveling since last April, equals and they are not home yet. 2. Actions that have just finished, but we're interested in the results. He has been cooking since last night. Equals and the food on the table looks delicious. It's been raining, equals and the streets are still wet. Someone's been eating my potatoes, equals half of them have gone. Verbs without continuous form. With verbs not normally used in continuous form, use the present perfect simple. See list of verbs under present continuous. I've wanted to visit Libya for years. She's known Rosa since she was a child. I've hated that music since I first heard it. I've heard a lot about you recently. We've understood everything we've heard this afternoon. 2. Future tenses. There are a number of different ways of referring to the future in English. It's as important to remember that we're expressing more than simply the time of the action or event. Obviously, any future tense will always refer to a time later than now, but it may also express our attitude to the future event. All of the following ideas can be expressed using different tenses and the example sentences correspond to the ideas. Simple prediction, there will be rain in many areas tomorrow. I think it's going to rain. Arrangements, I'm meeting Chris at the airport. Plans and intentions, we're going to spend the winter abroad. Willingness, we'll do the washing up. Timetabled events, the plane takes off at 4 a.m., obligation, I will give you a lift to the cinema. Prediction based on present evidence, this time next month I'll be sunbathing. An action in progress in the future, you'll be seeing Lucas in the office tomorrow, won't you? An action or event that's a matter of routine, you're to travel directly to Lagos. An action or event that will take place immediately or very soon, the bus is about to leave. Projecting ourselves into the future and looking back at a completed action, a week from now he will have finished all his exams. It's clear from all these examples that several tenses are used to express the future. The sections that follow show the form and function of each of these tenses. A. Simple future tense. The simple future is composed of 2 parts, will or shall plus the infinitive without to. Affirmative, I, subject, will go, infinitive without to, I shall go, you will see, she will see, we will see, we shall see, they will see. Negative, they will not see, they won't see, you won't see, I won't see, I shan't see, she won't cry, we won't cry. Interrogative, will she cry? Will you cry? Will they cry? Shall we cry? Interrogative negative, won't she take, contractions, I will equals I'll. You will equals you'll. He, she, it will equals he'll. We will equals we'll. They will equals they'll. NB, the form, it will, is not normally shortened. Shall is slightly dated but can be used instead of will with I or we. The simple future refers to a time later than now, and expresses facts or certainty. In this case there's no attitude. The simple future is used, 1, to predict a future event. It will rain tonight. 2, with I, we, to express a spontaneous decision. We will pay for the ticket by credit card. 3, to express willingness. We'll do the washing up. She'll carry your bag for you. 4, in the negative form, to express unwillingness. The baby won't eat his food. I won't eat until I've seen the manager. 5, with I or we in the interrogative form, to make a suggestion. Shall we go to the cinema tonight? 6, with I or we in the interrogative form, to ask for advice or instructions. What shall we tell the boss about the money? 7, with you, to give orders. You'll do exactly as we say. 8, with you, to give an invitation. Will you come to the dance with me? Will you marry me? NB, in modern English will is preferred to shall. Shall is mainly used with I and we to make an offer or suggestion or to ask for advice. With the other persons, you, he, she, they, shall is only used in literary or poetic situations, example, with rings on her fingers and balls on her toes, she shall have music wherever she goes. B, present continuous for the future. Subject plus to be plus base ng, she's meeting. The present continuous is used to talk about arrangements for events at a time than now. There's a suggestion that more than one person is aware of the event, and that some preparation has already happened. Examples, I'm meeting Peter at the airport, equals and both Peter and I have discussed this. I'm leaving tonight, equals and I have already bought my train ticket. We're having a staff meeting next Wednesday, equals and members of the staff have been told about it. Is she seeing him tomorrow? He isn't working next month. They aren't leaving until the end of next month. We're staying with friends when we get to Tokyo. NB, in example above, seeing is used in a continuous form because it means meeting. Be careful. The simple present is used when a future event is part of a program or a timetable. Notice the difference between, we're having a staff meeting next Wednesday. And, we have a staff meeting next Wednesday. Equals we have a meeting every Wednesday, it's on the timetable. C, using the simple present tense to express the future, simple present for future events. The simple present is used to make statements about events at a time later than now, when the statements are based on present facts and when these facts are something fixed like a timetable, schedule, calendar. Examples, the bus arrives at 1800 hours tomorrow. She has an English class tomorrow morning. The restaurant opens at 20:45 tonight. Next Monday at 11 o'clock there's an English exam. Note the difference between, the train leaves in 30 minutes, statement of fact. And, the train is going to leave in 10 minutes, equals prediction based on present situation, meaning. And if you don't hurry up you're going to miss it. D, future with, going to. This form is composed of 3 elements, the appropriate form of the verb to be plus going to plus the infinitive of the main verb. Example, she, subject, is, to be, going to leave, infinitive. The use of going to refer to future events suggests a very strong association with the present. The time is not important. It's later than now, but the attitude is that the event depends on a present situation, that we know about. So it's used, 1, to refer to our plans and intentions, we're going to move to Johannesburg next year, equals the plan is in our minds now. 2, to make predictions based on present evidence, look at those clouds, it's going to pour with rain. Equals it's clear from what I can see now. NB, In everyday speech, going to is often shortened to gonna, especially in American English. Plans and intentions. Is Freddie going to buy a new bicycle soon? Are Peter and Nancy going to visit Nairobi when they are in Kenya? I think Jerry and Annie are going to have a party next month. Predictions based on present evidence. There's going to be a terrible accident. He's going to be a brilliant manager. I'm going to have a terrible indigestion. NB, it's unusual to say, I'm going to go, instead we use going to plus a place or event. Examples, we're going to the party tomorrow. She's going to the cinema tonight. Are you going to the party tomorrow night? E, the future continuous. The future continuous is made up of two elements, the simple future of the verb, to be, plus present participle, base plus ing. Affirmative, I will be staying, you will be staying, he, it, she will be asking, we will be asking, they will be asking. Negative, I won't be staying, you won't be staying, she won't be asking, we won't be asking, they won't be asking. Interrogative, will I be staying? Will you be staying? Will she be asking? Will we be asking, will they be asking? Interrogative negative, won't we be staying? Won't I be asking? The future continuous refers to an unfinished action or event that will be in progress at a time later than now. It's used, 1, to project ourselves into the future and see something happening. This time next week I will be sunbathing in Mombasa. 2, to refer to actions/events that will happen in the normal course of events. I'll be seeing James at the conference next month. 3, in the interrogative form, especially with you, to distinguish between a simple request for information and an invitation. Will you be coming to the party tonight? Equals request for information. Will you come to the party? Equals invitation, 4, to predict or guess about someone's actions or feelings, now or in the future. You'll be feeling tired after that long walk, I expect. 5, events in progress in the future. When you're in Ghana you will be staying with friends. This time next month you will be working in your new job. At 3:30 on Thursday afternoon I will be signing the contract. 6, events/actions in normal course of events. I'll be going into town this afternoon, is there anything you want from the shops? Will you be using the motorcycle tomorrow? No, you can take it. I'll be seeing Mary this evening, I'll give her the message. 7, asking for information. Will you be bringing your friends to the pub tonight? Will Sammy be coming with us? 8, predicting or guessing. You'll be feeling thirsty after working in the sun. He'll be coming to the meeting, I expect. You'll be missing the sunshine now you're back in Berlin. F, future perfect tense. The future perfect is composed of two elements, the simple future of the verb to have, will have, plus the past participle of the main verb. Affirmative, I will have left, you'll have arrived, he'll have arrived, will have arrived, they will have arrived. Negative, they won't have gone, I won't have arrived, you won't have arrived, she won't have arrived, we won't have arrived. Interrogative, will he have left? Will I have arrived? Will you have arrived? Will we have arrived, will they have arrived? Interrogative negative, won't he have arrived? The future perfect refers to a completed action in the future. When we use this tense we're projecting ourselves forward into the future and looking back at an action that will be completed sometime later than now. It's often used with a time expression using by plus a point in future time. Examples, I'll have been here for 4 months on November 23rd. By the time you read this I'll have left. You'll have finished your work by this time next month. G, future perfect continuous tense. This form is composed of two elements, the future perfect of the verb to be, will have been, plus the present participle of the main verb, base plus ing affirmative, I'll have been living, you'll have been living, he'll have been living, will have been living, they'll have been living. Negative, I won't have been living, you won't have been living, she won't have been living, we won't have been living, they won't have been living. Interrogative, will I have been living? Will you have been living? Will she have been living? Will we have been living? Will they have been living? Like the future perfect simple, This form is used to project ourselves forward in time and to look back. It refers to events or actions in a time between now and some future time that may be unfinished. Examples: I will have been waiting here for 5 hours by 7 o'clock. By 2031 I will have been living here for 16 years. By the time I finish this course, I will have been learning English for 5 years. Next year I will have been working here for 10 years. Other ways of talking about the future. 1. Be to plus infinitive. This form is composed of two elements: the appropriate form of the verb to be plus to, am to, are to, is to, and the infinitive of the main verb without to. Affirmative: we, subject, are to be plus to, leave, infinitive without to. Negative: you are not, aren't, to travel. Interrogative: am I to travel? Interrogative negative: aren't they to travel? This form refers to an obligation to do something at a time later than now. It's similar to must, but there's a suggestion that something has been arranged or organized for us. It's not normally used in spoken English, but might be found in spy stories. Example: you are to leave this room at once, and you are to travel by train to Mombasa. In Mombasa you're to pick up your ticket from Mr. Smith, and you're to fly to your destination alone. When you arrive, you are to meet our agent, Mr. X, who will give you further information. You are to destroy this message now. 2. Be plus about to plus infinitive. This form is composed of three elements: the appropriate form of the verb to be, present tense, plus about to plus the infinitive of the main verb without to. I, subject, am, be, about to leave. He is about to arrive. This form refers to a time immediately after the moment of speaking, and emphasizes that the event or action will happen very soon. Examples: she's about to leave. You are about to see something very unusual. I am about to go to a meeting, can I talk to you later? It's often used with the word just, which emphasizes the immediacy of the action. Examples: we are just about to go to sleep. Sally is just about to take an exam. This form can also be used in the simple past tense to refer to an action that was imminent, was interrupted. In such cases it's often followed by a when clause. Examples: she was about to leave when he arrived. I was just about to call her when she walked into the house. 3. Past tenses. A. Simple past tense. 1. Regular verbs, base plus addition. Examples: walked, showed, watched, played, smiled, stopped. Irregular verbs. Affirmative: I was in Japan last year. She had a headache yesterday. We did our homework last night. Negative and interrogative. For the negative and interrogative simple past of do as an ordinary verb, use the auxiliary do. Example: we didn't do our homework yesterday. The negative of have in the simple past is usually formed using the auxiliary do, but sometime by simply adding not or the contraction ent. The interrogative form of have in the simple past normally uses the auxiliary do. Examples: they weren't in Mombasa last summer. We didn't have time to visit the barbell tower. We didn't do our exercises this afternoon. Were they in Iceland last June? Did you have a bicycle when you were a boy? Did you do much climbing in Tanzania? Simple past, regular verbs. Affirmative: I, subject, washed, verb plus ed. You walked, he, she, it walked, we walked, you walked, they walked. Negative: they, subject, didn't, did not, visit, infinitive without to. I didn't walk, you didn't walk, he didn't walk, we didn't walk, you didn't walk. Interrogative: did she arrive? Did I walk? Did you walk? Did we walk? Did you walk? Did they walk? Interrogative negative: didn't you like, NB, for the negative and interrogative form of all verbs in the simple past, always use the auxiliary did. Examples: simple past, irregular verbs, to go, he went to the club last night. Did he go to the cinema last night? He didn't go to bed early last night. To give, we gave her a doll for her birthday. They didn't give Jude their new address. Did Simon give you my passport? to come. My parents came to visit me last night. We didn't come because it was raining. Did he come to your party last month? The simple past is used to talk about a completed action in a time before now. Duration is not important. The time of the action can be in the recent past or the distant past. Examples: John sailed to America in 1498. My auntie died last year. He lived in India in 1976. We crossed the channel yesterday. You always use the simple past when you say when something happened, so it's associated with certain past time expressions. Examples: 1. Frequency, often, sometimes, always. 2. A definite point in time, last week, when I was a child, yesterday, 6 weeks ago, etc. 3. An indefinite point in time, the other day, ages ago, a long time ago, etc. NB. The word ago is a useful way of expressing the distance into the past. It's placed after the period of time. Examples: a week ago, 3 years ago, a minute ago. Examples: yesterday, I arrived in Ontario. She finished her work at 8 o'clock. We saw a good film last night. I went to the theater last month. She played a piano when she was a child. He sent me a letter 6 weeks ago. Peter left 6 hours ago. B. Past continuous tense. The past continuous of any verb is composed of two parts: the past tense of the verb to be, was/were, and the base of the main verb plus ing. They, subject, were watching, base plus ing. Affirmative: I was reading, you were reading, she/he it was playing, we were playing, you were playing, they were playing. Negative: I was not reading, you were not reading, he was not playing, we were not playing, you were not playing, they were not playing. Interrogative: was I reading? Were you reading? Was she playing? Were we playing? Were you playing? Were they playing? Interrogative negative: wasn't she reading? The past continuous describes actions or events in a time before now, which began in the past and was still going on at the time of speaking. In other words, it expresses an unfinished or incomplete action in the past. Past continuous is used, 1. Often to describe the background in a story written in the past tense. Examples: the sun was shining and the birds were singing as the elephant came out of the jungle. The other animals were relaxing in the shade of the trees, but the elephant moved very quickly. She was looking for her baby, and she didn't notice the hunter who was watching her through his binoculars. When the shot rang out, she was running towards the river. 2. To describe an unfinished action that was interrupted by another event or action. Example: I was having a beautiful dream when the alarm clock rang. 3. To express a change of mind. Example: I was going to spend the day at the beach but I've decided to go on an excursion instead. 4. With wonder, to make a very polite request. Example: I was wondering if you could babysit for me tonight. More examples: they were waiting for the train when the accident happened. J-Line was skiing when she broke her leg. When we arrived he was having a bath. When the fire started I was watching television. NB. With verbs not normally used in the continuous form, the simple past is used. C. Past perfect tense. The past perfect tense in English is composed of two parts: the past tense of the verb to have, had, plus the past participle of the main verb. Examples: affirmative: I, subject, had finished, past participle. You had finished, he, she, it had decided, we had decided, you had decided, they had decided. Negative: I hadn't finished, you hadn't finished, he hadn't decided, we hadn't decided, you hadn't decided, they hadn't decided. Interrogative: had I finished? Had you finished? Had she decided? Had we decided? Had you decided? Had they decided? Interrogative negative: hadn't you finished? The past perfect refers to a time earlier than before now. It's used to make it clear that one event happened before another in the past. It doesn't matter which event is mentioned first, the tense makes it clear which one happened first. In these examples, event A is the first on earliest event, event B is the second or latest event. Jude had gone out, event A, when I arrived in the office, event B. I had saved my document, Event A, before the computer crashed, Event B. When they arrived, Event B, we had already started cooking, Event A. She was very tired, Event B, because she hadn't slept well, Event A. Past perfect plus just. Just is used with the past perfect to refer to an event that was only a short time earlier than before now. Example, the bus had just left when I arrived at the station. He had just left the room when the police arrived. I had just put the washing out when it started to rain. D. Past perfect continuous tense. The past perfect continuous is composed of two elements, the past perfect of verb to be, equals had been, plus the present participle, base plus ing. Examples, affirmative, I had been buying, you had been buying, he she it had been buying, we had been buying, you had been buying, they had been buying. Negative, I hadn't been buying, you hadn't been buying, he hadn't been buying, we hadn't been buying, you hadn't been buying, they hadn't been buying. Interrogative, had I been buying? Had you been buying? Had she been buying? Had we been buying? Had you been buying? Had they been buying? Interrogative negative, hadn't they been living? The past perfect continuous correspond to the present perfect continuous, but with reference to a time earlier than before now. Again, we're more interested in the process. Examples, had you been writing long before the taxi arrived? We had been trying to open the door for 5 minutes when Jane found her key. It had been raining hard for several hours and the streets were very wet. Her friends had been thinking of calling the police when she walked in. This form is also used in the reported speech. It's the equivalent of the past continuous and the present perfect continuous in direct speech. Joyce said, I have been gardening the whole afternoon. Joyce said she had been gardening the whole afternoon. When the police questioned him, Sammy said, I was working late in the office that night. When the police questioned him, Sammy told them he had been working late in the office that night. E. Could have, should have, would have. These past modal verbs are all used hypothetically, to talk about things that didn't really happen in the past. 1. Could have plus past participle. Means that something was possible in the past or you had the ability to do something in the past, but that you didn't do it. I could have stayed up late, but I decided to go to bed early. They could have won the race, but they didn't try hard enough. Jane could have bought the book, but she borrowed it from the library instead. He could have studied harder, but was too lazy and that's why he failed the exam. Couldn't have plus past participle. Means that something wasn't possible in the past, even if you had wanted to do it. I couldn't have arrived any earlier. There was a terrible traffic jam. Equals was impossible for me to have arrived any earlier. He couldn't have passed the exam, even if he had studied harder. It's really difficult exam. We use could have plus past participle when we want to make a guess about something that happened in the past. In this case, we don't know if what we are saying is true or not true. We are just talking about our opinion of what maybe happened. Why is Remy late? He could have got stuck in traffic. He could have forgotten that we were meeting today. He could have overslept. We can also choose to use might have plus past participle to mean the same thing. He might have got stuck in traffic. He might have forgotten that we were meeting today. He might have overslept. 2. Should have plus past participle. Can mean something that could have been a good idea, but that you didn't do it. It's like giving advice about the past when you say it to someone else, or regretting what you did or didn't do when you're talking about yourself. 3. Shouldn't have plus past participle, means that something wasn't a good idea, but you did it anyway. I should have studied harder. Equals I didn't study very hard and so I failed the exam. I'm sorry about this now. I should have gone to bed early. Equals I didn't go to bed early and now I'm tired. I shouldn't have eaten so much cake. Equals I did eat so much cake and now I don't feel good. You should have called me when you arrived. Equals you didn't call me and I was worried. I wish that you had called me. Julius should have left early, then he wouldn't have missed the plane, equals but he didn't leave early so he did miss the plane. 4. We can also use should have plus past participle to talk about something that, if everything is normal and okay, we think has already happened. But we're not certain that everything is fine, so we use should have and not the present perfect or past simple. It's often used with by now. His bus should have arrived by now, equals if everything is fine, the bus has arrived. Julius should have finished work by now, equals if everything is normal, Julius has finished his work. We can also use this to talk about something that would have happened. Faith should have arrived by now, but she hasn't. Would have plus past participle. 1. Part of the third conditional. If I had enough money, I would have bought a bicycle. But I didn't have enough money, so I didn't buy a bicycle. 2. Because would and will can also be used to show if you want to do something or not, volition. We can also use would have plus past participle to talk about something you wanted to do but didn't. This is very similar to the third conditional, but we don't need an if clause. I would have gone to the cinema, but I was really busy. I wanted to go to the cinema, but I didn't because I was busy. If I hadn't been so busy, I would have gone to cinema. I would have called you, but I didn't know your number, equals I wanted to call you but I didn't know your number, so I didn't call you. Thank you for listening.